Hi, it's Simon at Station DL, and today I'm going to show you a knuckle duster that I made using a bayonet handle. So using what was originally a French Lebel 1886 bayonet, I disassembled it, which I've since made into the Lebel dagger, which I showed you in one of my other videos. This is the end, and these are the bayonet bits that I took off, having drilled out the screw stud in there. This will become a knuckle knife. But this is what I want to show you today. So this was originally the grip area for the Lebel bayonet. So that went set about there. So there's a bit of the bayonet handle underneath there, and this was actually hollow. So what I did was extended the end of where I did the knuckle over there, so the aluminium flowed all the way through that and into the head at the other end, which makes that completely solid. The Lebel bayonet has a ridge in the back there, obviously, to when you slide that onto the rifle for it to lock in place. So the aluminium is also cast into that ridge groove at the back. That is, I don't know if you can see that there in the camera, that is one of the original dents in this bayonet handle, which probably is why it's not in a collector's lot at the moment, because it wouldn't actually fit onto a rifle because of that dent. Anyway, so that's what I cast. I cast the end of it there as a skull crusher in the same sort of shape as you can see as the actual bayonet blade was. So that's where that pattern comes from. The pyramid ridges on the top are very reminiscent of the French boxer Knuckleduster, which you can see various examples on Pinterest and online. And I know it looks quite strange, and the reason it looks quite strange is because I've also adapted one of the French principles, which is accounting for the thenar muscle of the thumb there as it comes over. Now you can see that sort of curvature in like the Apache thorns, knuckle dusters that you can see from earlier French history. A couple of them in catalogues. There is various makers now who make them. So as you hold that, it's obviously a forefinger, it slips over. That ridge of the bayonet handle there would sit over the top of the thumb there. That cuts in to account for the thenar muscle, making this extremely comfortable. And it can either sit fully flush or it can sit in the duster position there over the knuckles. So you have the skull crusher there, you have those extra pressure points in the top, and you have one at the back there, which I thought was a nice little extra that I put in. I can actually put my thumb there to get better downwards thrust if I need it. Point there to obviously increase the pressure, and that kind of just fits. As you can see there, it drops into my hand and it fits nicely. So there's very, very little strain in the actual grip. There's plenty of room in the stalls, so that I think would be very nice and very usable. As you can see, that is brass. That's the original 1886 brass in the handle, and aluminium cast all the way through it. So I'm not sure I've ever seen a dual metal knuckle duster before, let alone a dual metal and bayonet handle knuckle duster. So there we go. That is something pretty unique.